Hey guys, and welcome. Happy Friday. Today is Facebook Friday. I'm your host, Erik Hammond of the Orange Stack. Thanks for being here every single week as we show you guys how to grow your business, how to do more with technology, and just how to do some awesome things with what's available in today's marketplace. So today we're talking about branding, which is a subject that I love so much. I love talking about this. It's probably the core of the education that we teach around here. So today, if you're interested in running ads, if you're trying to get your message out there online, if you're trying to attract clients to your business rather than trying to hit a cold audience that's never heard from you, today is the show that's going to be probably a peak interest to you today. So let's go get into the show. Hey guys, and welcome back. Thanks again for being here every single Friday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. We are a couple minutes late today with some slight technical issues, but we're here as always and here to deliver some awesome content for you. I hope you guys' fall is off to a good start. I know we're just a couple weeks away from starting fall. The season's changing, the market's changing, things are going different with people's businesses, depending on where you sell and what you sell and how your product relates to your customers. I'm sure you're seeing some roller coasters of shifts in the marketplace right now and how you do business. So today, as we talked about, I want to show you guys the process of what branding versus marketing really is. And I think that there's a little bit of a disconnect in how people relate these two in their business and how you probably associate the two when you're doing your branding. I think one of the things that I enjoy most is scrolling through people's Facebook comments and going into groups, business groups, Facebook groups, advertising groups, marketing groups, all those kind of things, and just seeing these small business owners try to find help in their marketing. And I'm not the one to jump in and say, pick me, I'm the one for you. I try to stand back and just kind of feel the conversation and really understand what that individual is trying to accomplish. Because so many of the times they post something like, hey, I'm a small business owner, for example, in Southern California, and I'm looking for somebody to help me run ads, grow my business, get more clients, all in one person, or all in one team, or all in one company. And while there are companies that try to do this service for small businesses or for specific niches, I think that they fall short because there's so many different elements to building a brand, to lead generation, to posting content on social media, to just having the social awareness, right? And people understanding who you are and what your business does. And then the last part I think that most people are trying to accomplish is just trying to attract leads, right? You're trying to get a name and a phone number, maybe an email address from somebody that you can pick up the phone and call on the back end. And when you want one person to do all those things as one ability, it becomes a little diluted because some people are better at telling your story. Some people are better at, getting content out there. Some people are better at attracting the cold leads, but it's rare to find somebody who's good at all those kind of things. I'm not saying that we're your perfect option. I'm just trying to teach you that there's a difference between these things, and that's what we're going to get in today. When you think about lead generation, I think that most of you guys are probably going to go straight to some type of an ad that runs to say, are you interested in blank? Sign up below and we'll get back to you, right? Whether it's carpet cleaning, whether it's selling your house, whether it's a free oil change, whatever it is, if you're trying to solicit your business to a cold audience that's never heard from you and trying to extract some type of information from you, that's probably lead generation in its coldest form. Because you're, again, trying to reach an audience that's never heard from you, or maybe they have, but they're not, on that conversation basis with you, and you're trying to get them to sign up for something. And this works, right? Like that's how Zillow was built. Like Zillow does a fantastic job of generating names and numbers of people and selling that information to the real estate agent. There's a whole nother conversation right there if you're in real estate. We're not going to get into today. But then there's plenty of other companies out there too. Like Yelp does a good job of this. There's plenty of other online platforms that'll basically say, we'll put your message out there. We'll get you names and numbers for a set cost per lead. It could be $1 per lead. It could be dozens of dollars per leads. I've even seen some where it's hundreds of dollars for a name and a phone number of somebody. And I've met plenty of you guys who have your small businesses and you're like, I'm desperate. I need business. I'm willing to pay many dollars for information on clients that I can pick up the phone and call and try to reach out to these people. So that is lead generation. And I've been there. Like when we had our real estate team, we would buy plenty of names and numbers from people. We would buy numbers from Zillow. We would buy numbers from realtor.com. We would try to find anyone's name and number that we possibly could. At one point, we literally had 4 people on the phone from 10 a.m. in the morning till about 8 p.m. at night. And we would just cold call the heck out of the area, right? We would just call anybody that had a name and number who was potentially a homeowner to see if we could buy or sell their house for them. And while that worked, the numbers were massive. Like we probably had to talk to, just trying to do the numbers quick in my head because I wasn't prepared to talk about this, but probably somewhere around 600 to 800 people, like physical conversations, to have a listing happen, right? So we would talk to 600 people, somebody would say yes, we would get that listing. That wasn't listing appointment, that was like all the way to close. And it took a long time to talk to 600 different people to have an actual listing. But on the flip side, you know, down here in San Diego, we could make $20,000, $30,000 on a listing. So the dollars per hour, it worked out. But I'm just saying that that was a challenging way to get your business out there, to lead generate in that fashion. What we want to get into today is how to attract your clients, how to build a brand so that people are aware of your business, right? So you think about some of the bigger brands out there. There's big ones like McDonald's and Toyota and Pepsi and Coke and Nike and all these brands out there. They're not running ads for you to fill out a form so that somebody from their company can call you and say, hey, you know, Eric, I saw that you wear a size 11. Would you like that in the red or the white? You know, when can we ship this to you? That doesn't happen, right? They put their content out there and they get me interested based on what their brand does. They want me, or they get me to want their product, right? So McDonald's will run ads at lunchtime and dinner, trying to entice me to say, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. That hamburger looks good. Let me go out to dinner tonight with my family. Or here's a running shoe that might fit on my foot, that might get me to exercise more and might cause me to lose weight. I should go to Foot Locker or whatever and buy this shoe. So they're trying to get me to live this life through their content so that I want to become more like the people that I see online. And that's really what a brand does. It makes you want their product. So how do you guys put your content out there in a way that people want to work with you? I think that that's where most small businesses struggle. They struggle with saying, you know what, I want to attract clients to work with me versus me chasing down the client, right? In that first example that I gave you where we were calling from 10 in the morning till 8 at night, we were chasing the client. People weren't calling us, we had to call them. And oftentimes it took 10, 15 times of calling to get somebody on the phone so that they would actually want to pick up the phone and talk to us more about their real estate issues. But when you flip it around and you educate people on your product, you teach people how to use the thing that you sell. You teach people and saying, look, we offer this service, this is why you need it, right? So there's product and there's services. There's a different way to market each of these. When I have a product, I'm trying to teach you as the consumer how this product will better your life, right? How will my shoe that I'm selling as Nike make you run faster or get in better shape or look cooler in front of your friends? If I have a service product, you know, maybe like carpet cleaning or landscaping or even real estate, because that's really a service, how do I put my service out there to show you that when you use my service and I come over and service your needs, your life's going to be easier, right? Again, back to landscaping. If I said, okay, without my services, you're going to spend all day Saturday mowing your grass, you're going to be weeding, you're going to be cutting down trees and branches, and it's going to be a mess, and you've got to have all these tools around your house, and you've got to have, you know, gasoline that your kids might get into. And I know plenty of you do. I've had lawnmowers too, so I'm not like anti-gasoline. I'm just saying that that's the life without the gardener. But then if I said, look, we come over Friday mornings, we take care of your whole landscape, we fertilize it, we make it look amazing, we keep your kids safe. You don't have to do any of that. By the time the weekend's here, you get to enjoy your backyard. You get to enjoy the outdoors of your property. You can have people over and you can swim in your pool and you can enjoy the beauty of your landscape without having to do any of the work. Can you just pay us a small fee to do this? What's your time worth? Now I've positioned it to my service is a benefit to your life because it makes your life easier. It makes your family safer. It makes your yard more enjoyable. It allows you to free up a whole day of your weekend so that you can enjoy Saturdays in your backyard. You see the difference? So when I position my service or product in a way that makes your life better, sexier, easier, more manageable, you're going to want to work with me and you're going to want to work or have my service or product into your life. So how do you do this? How do you get your clients or your future clients to say, look, I've got to have this. I want to learn more. I need to talk to this landscape company. I need to go down to the shoe store and buy this new shoe. How do you get that? You teach them how to use your product. You teach them the benefits of that product or service in their life, right? So with the shoe, again, the shoe company's showing you how different your life's going to be when you wear this shoe, or how to impress your friends, or it's going to make you jump higher or run faster, right? And you can do this all in one commercial and run it over and over and over and over, or you can try to appeal to the different markets that shoe's going to reach, right? Not everybody's going to be using it to play basketball and wanting to jump higher. Not everyone's going to want to use it to work out or run faster or try to impress their friends, but some of them will. So sometimes you need to make content that shows me jumping higher when I'm playing basketball. Sometimes you need to run content that shows me how to run faster. Sometimes you need to show content that just shows me wearing your shoes in public places and impressing people and making me feel good as a consumer wearing that product, right? Like that's how the high-end ads in the front of the magazine, like Gucci and those guys, because they make you feel like, look, if I wear this watch, I'm going to have a big fancy boat and I'm going to have all these these amazing people around me and my life's going to be amazing, right? It's the lifestyle that they're trying to sell. So teaching your client about how that product's going to make you feel, about how it can make my life easier in different aspects, because you're going to have different niches that you're applying to. The days where you have to run one 30-second commercial on TV and it costs you thousands of dollars are over. The beauty of what social media allows you to do is it allows you to pinpoint different people, right? So, and I'm totally going to generalize because I don't know this audience and I'm just winging this example. But if I just said, okay, 20 to 30 year olds, you guys love basketball. This is the person that I'm going to market towards. I'm going to hit the male demographic between 20 and 30 years old, and I'm just going to show people wearing my shoe, the Nike shoe, playing basketball, and that's all I'm going to show them. But then maybe I show the 30 to 40 year old dad trying to get in shape because, you know what, he's been working and supporting his family, and now he's got the dad bod going, and now by wearing my Nike shoe, I can help him get in shape and I can have him, you know, get his sexy body back or whatever. So I can target that audience. Maybe I want to target the 40 to 60 year old male and saying, look, when you wear my shoe, you're going to have this lifestyle and you're going to attract these people, because each of those demographics is in a different place in life and they have different needs. And that's again what the beauty of social media allows you to do, is to pinpoint these different audiences and say, this is how you're going to use my product. When it comes to landscape, right, I can target the homeowner specifically. I can target the homeowner with a family who's busy, who probably has enough income to support me being a landscaper and coming to their house on a weekly basis, and I can target that individual. So really, when it comes down to it, you've got to educate your client on why they need your product or service and how it's going to make their life better. Go back to your business this weekend, right? It's Friday. Maybe you watch this video on Monday, whenever it is. Take a day and just say, okay, who is my ideal client? We call it the avatar around here. Like, what does the avatar look like in my business? You know, are they male? Are they female? They could be both. Are they in their 20s? Are they 30s, 40s? Maybe they have a stretch of 2 decades. Try to get a really good image of what that person looks like. What do they do for their hobbies? You know, do they play basketball? Do they work out? Do they have the dad bod? Do they own a home and have an amazing backyard of landscape that takes them hours on a Saturday to take care of? Do they entertain a lot, right? You know, when they entertain, do they have kids over swimming? Do they have a trampoline? Do they have barbecues? Do they have a dry landscape versus grass and other plants that they're trying to water? What does their life look like? What do they do? Obviously, if you're a landscaper, you don't want to market towards the condo owner, right? Who travels and who spends their weekends out doing things and who doesn't have landscaping for the backyard. So you got to understand clearly what your avatar looks like. And then you've got to get into their mindset and say, okay, what are the problems that they have? You know, do they have a lot of grass that they're trying to mow that, you know, they're too busy for? Do they not want to own the lawnmower? Maybe they just bought a new house and they've come from the townhouse or the condo to a new property, and you're trying to say, look, you know, don't go out and spend $1,000 on all these new gardening tools. Hire us, we'll take care of it for you. And now you can keep living that lifestyle of not having to maintain a yard, but still now being able to enjoy a yard, right? So understand your avatar and who they are, what they look like, what their problems are, and now start crafting content that answers these problems. Again, you know, I don't want to take care of my yard. I don't want to have my kids getting into the chemicals. I just want to enjoy my yard on the weekend and not spend hours and hours and hours taking care of it, right? So understand what they want, understand how you're going to solve your problem, and show, again, how your product or service makes their life easier. You might have to go out and record some content. Like maybe you show a video of you guys maintaining someone's yard and how simple it looks and how professional it looks, and the before and the after, and maybe you have the disgruntled father out there taking care of his grass and sweating like crazy, and while his kids are having fun and doing their own thing, and he's thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I could spend time with my family, but I got this terrible yard that I got to take care of, right? So there's a couple ideas of how you can show your product being used. And this works for everything, right? It works for chiropractic, it works for dentists, it works for attorneys, it works for any service or product business that's local, that's brick and mortar. I mean, it could even be online, but it's the local business, right, that attracts clients that needs to be in people's lives. So when you're making your post this weekend and when you're trying to get yourself on social media, don't just go straight for the ad platform and say, okay, I've got to run an ad. You know what? I know that I need to be on Facebook. Let me just type out a few things and use a stock photo and hope that I generate some phone numbers and names of people that I can pick up the phone and call. You might be thinking, you know what, this is a great weekend. Everyone just had Labor Day, they went out of town, now they're back. Now I can go knock doors all weekend and drum up a bunch of business. No, guys, these social media platforms provide so much opportunity for you. So start really considering the content that you can create. I love to tell this example. If you can teach people how to use your product or service without you being involved, show them the benefits of it, show them how it works, show them, for example, show them how to maintain their lawn, show them how to fertilize the grass, show them how often they need to water the grass, show them how to maintain those sprinklers that are expensive and complicated, right? Show them how often you need to trim the palm trees or the citrus trees, or when is the best time to plant pumpkins in the fall, right? Show them how not to have to use you. You're gonna separate yourself and stand out as the expert in your area. Because if you could show them that you know how to do all these things, you're gonna position yourself as being really the know-it-all and understanding that business completely, and they're gonna trust you. If every single week you created a new post about how to maintain your yard and how to have lush grass and how to have the perfect garden and how to have a beautiful yard, they're gonna keep seeing this, and eventually they're gonna be like, you know what, I fold. It's time to hire that landscape company, and this is what I need to do. And then at that time, they'll know how to reach out to you because your content will always be in their feed and they'll keep consuming it. And the beauty of what retargeting allows you to do is anybody that consumes your content, you can put more and more and more content in front of them. And that's how social media works. And that's how you build a brand, because you build so much awareness and so much hype around what you're doing, and you teach the client how to use your product or service in the right way. They're gonna wanna come to you for business. They're gonna wanna come and work with you and hire you, and that's the end of the story. So stop running those ads, stop trying to capture cold leads, stop trying to lead generate in the old-fashioned methods, because the other side of that is if I ever turn my ad off and I stop lead generating, my business shuts down, right? If I'm not collecting new phone numbers to call every single day, I'm not gonna have anybody new to call. My business is gonna dry up eventually. If McDonald's stopped running ads right now and stop playing cheeseburgers across the screen and stop showing their dollar sodas, and Nike stopped running tennis shoe commercials, I guarantee they would continue to sell shoes and continue to sell hamburgers because they've built a brand. And when you have that much brand awareness and you stand out like they do, and I'm not saying that you've got to go spend $60 billion a year in advertising like most of these brands do. By the way, that's the average yearly budget on TV right now is $60 billion for 30-second commercials overall, not just per brand. If they stop doing this, they're still going to get business, and so can you. So build your brand, build that awareness, stand out in the community, be where your clients are, think of who that avatar is, get to really understand what their needs are, what their desires are, how you can solve their three main problems in life, right? Understanding what the three problems are that they're going through that your product or service can solve, and then answer those and teach them how to use your product. You win. So the other thing that I want to bring up on the show, which I feel like this is really good content, is we are starting a 6-week mastermind course. We're starting a course that's basically going to show you guys how to create content in this way. I've decided there's so many people who are struggling with this idea, this concept of how do I get my message out there? How do I build my brand? How do I tell my story? How do I not run lead gen ads and really get my message out there? That literally, and we're going to shut this down, but for free, this is crazy. In the month of October, starting on October 1st, we're going to start a 6-week mastermind course where I want to show you guys how to do this for your own brand. I'm not doing it for you. I'm showing you how to do it so you can take these principles and do it all day long. The course literally is free. This is the first time that we're ever going to offer it. I want to give this to you. And the only thing that I ask is that you ask me a question about social media. What's the biggest challenge that you have with trying to build your brand, trying to get your business out there, trying to run ads, trying to get on social media? Is it I don't know how to set up my brand page on social media? Is it I don't know how to put in my credit card? Is it I don't know what to say on social media? I don't know how often to post content. I don't know how to take good pictures. I don't know how to edit video. Whatever it is, there's no dumb question. We're going to put a link in the comments below so that you can go to a website, type in your question, and that'll automatically get you entered into join our 6-week free mastermind course. So we're only going to limit it to 100 spots in the month of October. I just want to start with a small group and make sure that we can deliver. We're going to go through 6 weeks. Hopefully I've said 6 weeks, not 6 months. 6 weeks of classes where we're going to give you homework. We're going to give you assignments. We're going to show you how to do things. It's going to be a lot of hands-on computer sharing or screen sharing, me talking to you guys, showing you what to say, perfect examples like this, so that when 2020 hits, you guys are ready to rock it. I want to give you an awesome end of the year in 2019. And again, if you're watching this video later in life, because we're going to put this on YouTube eventually, the course is probably closed. But right now, through the month of September in 2019, we're offering this to anybody who wants to join. So find the link in the comments below, wherever it is, and sign up. Get your questions asked. I just want to make sure that we're bringing relevant content to you. We're going to take these questions and make sure that we address any of them that come up during the course. I've already got the outline set up. It's turned out to be pretty awesome, and it teaches these same type of skills. So if you have a product, if you have a service, if you're trying to reach your local community and teach your audience about what you do and how you do it and why you do it and why they need your product or service, this is probably the class for you. So come do it while it's free. In the future, we're definitely going to be charging money for it, significant money for it. Probably going to start at $200 and go up from there. But I just want to put this out there because I know there's a lot of diehard fans who watch the show every single week, and I appreciate you guys being here. And if you're still here after 20 minutes of watching our show, thank you guys. Thanks for showing up every single Friday. Thanks for being a part of this journey with us. And anyway, we'll see you in October if you sign up for that. And otherwise, thanks for being here every single week. Happy Friday. And go do some awesome things with your business. Go start telling your story. Figure out who your avatar is, and share with me in the comments or DM me what you're doing. And I'd love to kind of see how your product's working out. Anyway, thank you guys. Love you. See you on the next show.